Hello and welcome to another episode of the Gem City Gridiron Roundup podcast. As always, I am your host, Macaulay Calkin. All right. The Van Pelt baby shower is done and over with, which is exciting because that was quite the stress for me and my wife trying to set that party up. And it was a really good time. We had a lot of fun. And
Dalton
now it's time to move on to the
with
next step.
some of those league winnings. So hopefully that you win this year. You need to invest in a bigger griddle for tortillas.
I'll just give you two griddles next time. You know what's funny
Yeah.
is had I done a little bit more planning, Ramirez could have brought his like ginormous propane powered flat stone, like
Mm.
black stone, but it's like a homemade one that his dad makes for
Oh.
smash burgers.
Mm.
I
Yeah.
could have brought that, but I didn't
I
think about it.
I mean we could have made it work a little bit better, but we did the best we could. Just a lot of tortillas.
Yeah. 6 seconds aside.
Yeah, by the end of it, man, I could have done a lot more if I would have just didn't worry about it being a little crispy.
Oh well.
It worked out.
Yeah, I have a new best friend. I don't know if it's you can consider it new, but Elliot and I are best friends.
Yeah, my daughter loves Uncle Dalton. Was following him around so much, holding on to his back of his pockets, trying to get his attention. Um, yeah, and she still won't stop talking about the piñata.
That's awesome.
Um, yeah, so
It was cool, huh?
she had a good time. She did. She
Good.
really did.
Yep. Next time we see her, there'll be a baby,
Yeah,
more than
you'll have
likely.
you'll have a little one. We got the girls taking over the league now, the past couple.
Yeah. Oh man, my fucking head hurts. Um. Okay. Thursday night football. I did not watch any of it. I was busy prepping for the baby shower. 21-13 New York Jets. They finally get it done. Devontae Adams finds the end zone. Garrett Wilson just goes off. If not for one other player that we'll talk about later, this would have been his performance would have been the story of the week. Just with how athletic of plays he made.
And who's that? Garrett Wilson.
Yeah, I was talking about Garrett
Oh,
Wilson.
okay. Devontae Adams had a really nice day too. So
Yeah, I mentioned that. Are you there?
hardly. I'm trying to go through these bets as you're talking.
All right. Tank Dell had a nice day, which is good to see. You know, they don't have Stephon Diggs, they don't have Nico Collins, so it's nice to see him step up. The ghost of Robert Woods has reappeared. Bobby Trees.
Bobby Trees, man, love it.
That dude used to be a monster.
Stud.
Bobby Trees. Where was he
Mm.
drafted out of? Oh, now I know. I just looked it up. I looked it up way too fast. Do you know?
Bobby Tree, USC.
Correct.
Random knowledge I'll never use except for this podcast.
Moving on. So glad I didn't watch this. I was busy cleaning up the baby shower. Dallas Cowboys 21, Falcons 27. That's a lie. I actually got home to watch this one. And I was so tired from this weekend that I was falling asleep like this
Oh
on the
yeah, that's
couch while
classic
the game was
Dalton.
going on. And my wife sent me to bed. She said, "You need to go take a nap." So I didn't watch this game. Glad I didn't. The Falcons have not been able to do anything on offense for weeks. And then they show up in Dallas or was it in Atlanta? I have no idea.
I couldn't tell you.
But yeah, pretty ridiculous. Tyler Algier does what Tyler Algier does and vultures the touchdown off of Bijan Robinson. Ray McLeod finds the end zone. Darnell Mooney has a big day. It looks like Drake London was off of the field a lot.
Yeah, a hit
Uh,
pointer injury.
and sorry, I don't know if Kyle Pitts was schemed against or if Dallas just has good cover linebackers
Dude,
or what the
it's
deal
Kyle
is. But
Pitts. What do you expect, man? Like,
you're gonna have these every once in a while.
yeah, well, more often than not. More often than not. Much as I love
Mahomes
the dude.
just injured himself.
Oh, great.
non-contact stop injury.
Uh-oh.
He tried to stop on the line to float a pass for a touchdown to Samaje Perine. It's complete, but now he's in pain. Can't walk on his knee. No, this is horrible. If the NFL will have a cow if he just blew his ACL.
Is it that bad?
He can't put weight on it.
Oh no. Who's the backup quarterback? Don't
Oh,
look, don't look, don't look. Who's the backup quarterback?
Chad Henne.
No. I'm pretty sure it's Carson Wentz.
Is it?
Pretty sure. I could be really wrong.
23 for 29, 189 yards and two touchdowns for Mahomes. Yeah, Carson Wentz. For a second, I thought it was Alex Smith because I saw an 11. I had no idea Carson Wentz was still in the league.
Yeah. That's happens when
All
you're the
right.
second. That's what happens when you're the second overall pick for you get a lot of
Dude, the
benefits of
talent's
the talent.
there. I think he just lost his mind.
Yeah. Um,
CeeDee Lamb gets hurt in this one. So does Dak
so does
Prescott.
Dak. Yeah.
Is the Cooper Rush show. Um, Rico Dowdle finds the end zone finally. Jalen Tolbert salvages his day with an end zone call. Jake Ferguson was the most productive receiver on the
Hmm.
day. This was obviously the Zeke Elliott healthy scratch day.
Yes. Disciplinary reasons. Sounds like he
Did he
was
go to
late.
Cabo midweek?
I think he was just late to team meetings. Yep. I got the status alert headed to medical temps.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
the
didn't
league
look
will
good.
the league will have a absolute fit. Ugh.
Yeah, that's the golden boy. He's the new Tom. Uh, the Buffalo Bills send the Miami Dolphins down to 2-6. Tua was out for too long, and now their season is over, but their offense is going to continue to be electric. Um, Devon Achane, as long as Tua Tagovailoa is the quarterback, is just going to be an absolute monster. 20 touches. I think he had like 33 points.
Oh, he's such a stud.
Yeah, he's ridiculous. Just this speed at which he gets up and going, just the acceleration is just absolutely ridiculous. Ray Davis finds the end zone. James Cook had a really pedestrian day. I don't know what the story is on that. Um, but yeah, uh, put your Keon Coleman's back on the bench. I think I got started in Keon Coleman this week, and I'm very thankful. Yep, somebody did start Keon Coleman against me, and they lost. And so put your Keon Coleman's on the bench.
We had a push in the bets this week. Sorry.
Wow,
Hmm. The
that's
Saints
impressive.
Saints
Yeah,
Panthers under over was 45. Hit at 45.
it did. Uh, Panthers beat the Saints by one, which was the straw that broke the camel's back for Dennis Allen. Bryce Young comes back in. He looks just as bad as he has all year. Chuba Hubbard gets in the end zone twice. I would hope that he just fell into the end zone because that's how I imagine it.
Hmm.
Um, the Panthers have drafted, I don't know how many receivers in the first two rounds, and yet Jatavion Sanders, the athletic freak from Texas tight end, was their leading receiver on the day. Sorry. Um, Alvin Kamara, I did not know that dude could still carry the ball that many times.
Yeah.
29 carries for 155 yards, nine targets, six catches, 60 yards, does not find the end zone. Taysom Hill comes in and vultures that. Pat's back on the sideline walking. But anyway, um, Foster Moreau gets the receiving touchdown from Derek Carr. There was some controversy between Derek Carr and former wide receiver Michael Thomas.
Yeah.
Because
That was
uh,
interesting.
I saw Sleeper's Instagram say that Derek Carr threw a hospital ball to Chris Olave.
They're not wrong.
No, they're not wrong. He was taken to the hospital. There was a horrible, gruesome moment where he's just laying on the ground. Yeah,
I'm
it
gonna
was
have a
pretty. Pretty shitty.
When we get to this game, I'm gonna need you to try to find penalty yards.
Which game?
Lions, Packers.
All right. So right now we're on Bengals
Yep.
Raiders. The Bengals dropped 41 on the Raiders. As I was telling Ramirez, who's a Raiders fan, this was a very winnable game for both teams. Joe Burrow drops 5 touchdowns. Not a single one went to Jamar Chase. Mike Gesicki out of nowhere gets 2 touchdowns. Chase Brown with the insane workload. Zach Moss was ruled out prior to game time, I believe.
Yes, it sounds like Zach Moss is going on IR for 4 weeks.
Okay. And Andre Iosova gets a touchdown. That's like the only thing he's done all year. There's a lot of hype for that dude, and not much has happened. Let's see, what else are we missing? The Raiders started two different quarterbacks, I guess you could say. Gardner Minshew took, I'm guessing, the first half, and then Desmond Ritter took, I'm
Last
guessing, the
quarter.
second half.
Last
Last
quarter.
quarter, 11 for 16, 74 on a touchdown. Didn't look too bad. Jacoby Myers is the wide receiver one. Again, we all love that. We love it when he is targeted a lot because, he's got the talent, even though he's kind of not the most athletically gifted person. And Brock Bowers finds the end zone. Two
Rocky
touchdowns on
Bowers.
the years.
Two tutties on the
All
year,
right.
not during the game.
The uh, Los Angeles Chargers and the Fighting Jim Harbaughs, they are on a good run of form right now. 27-10, they take out the Jameis Winston led Browns. He has a Jameis game, 1 touchdown, 3 picks, 26 for 46. That's about as Jameis of a game as you get. Um, the Chargers controlled the ball. J.K. Dobbins finds the end zone. Quentin Johnson has a huge, huge run after catching the ball, obviously. Goes 66 yards to the house. Josh Palmer also finds the end zone. Lad McConkey with an all right day. It looks like Lad McConkey's kind of like the dude you want to start, and Quentin Johnson is your boomer bust, and Josh Palmer shouldn't be rostered.
Yeah, I mean, there were some blown coverages in that game. Like the Palmer touchdown and the Johnson touchdown are both blown coverages, but you still got to capitalize on those.
Yes, Nick Chubb comes back. He is very ineffective on the ground. They tried to get him going based on the amount of rushes he had. Cedric Tillman finds the end zone for the second week in a row, I think.
Third week
Yes,
in a row.
third week in a row.
No,
Second week in a row because he had 2 touchdowns last
definitely.
week, I think.
Yes,
I don't know. Let's see.
I'm looking at here.
Yep, 2 touchdowns last week. He's uh
Yes,
he is legit a fantasy dude. Um
he's for sale.
he went to Tennessee.
Yes, he did.
Jerry Jeudy gets 7 catches. Don't count on that. That's all I have to say.
No, no.
Chicago, Arizona. After a very thrilling game between the I almost said Redskins, Commanders, and Bears last week. Um, the Bears go up against another young gunslinger, and the Cardinals take care of the Bears in the desert. Imari DiMarcado finds the end
Marcato.
zone in this one. Trey Benson finds the end zone in this one. Trey McBride gets a rushing touchdown in this one. James Conner rushes for 100 rushing yards. Looks like they're just like, yeah, you guys can't stop this, so we're just going to keep doing this. Marvin Harrison, better days are coming ahead. The dude is still uber talented. And Roma Dunza gets 100 yards receiving for the first time
Hmm.
this year, first time in his career.
It's good to see. I like that.
Looks like Caleb Williams was just kind of
A dude.
he was just out of touch with his offense on this day because 10 targets to Keenan Allen, only 4 catches, 9 to DJ Moore, only 4 catches. You
Yeah,
gotta you gotta be a little better than that.
just
All
a
right,
tinge.
Detroit, Green Bay. You're looking for
I got it. I
penalty
found it.
yards.
I found it. Okay.
67 was the Green Bay.
Yep. I got it. It was just a over under penalty, total penalty yards.
Jameer Gibbs finds the end zone yet again. Sam Laporta does not because he doesn't know where it is. Amon-Ra St. Brown has a good day. Although he's not been like exceptional this year. Amon-Ra St. Brown, not for where he had to be drafted, to be honest with you. Maybe I'm just trying to spin the narrative because I already traded him. Um,
Yeah.
Josh Jacobs has a really nice workload, but Emmanuel Wilson vultures the touchdown, and the Packers just keep deciding every week that they're just going to switch who their number one receiver is, and this week it was Jaden Reed.
Yeah. And they're just, I mean, they're a good offense. The Lions just, man, they're looking good, man.
Super Bowl contenders, which is
Yes.
weird to say.
Yeah.
The Vikings beat the Joe Flacco led Colts 21-13. Kevin O'Connell is doing amazing things with Sam Darnold, who had a really poor start to the day
Hmm.
and turn it around.
Yeah. The big story of this is the Anthony Richardson benching. It sounds like he's going to be benched indefinitely at this point, after 10 career starts. So we'll see.
That's honestly pretty sad because he's really fun to watch.
And maybe he needs,
But you can't
a
run your
little bit of
offense, or
time.
maybe he needs some time on the practice ground.
Yeah.
We didn't get the connection from Flacco to really anybody in this game, which was sad because it looked like he was able to muster an offense, but today was not their day. They could not get
Mhm.
anything going.
Yeah.
Jordan Addison finds the end zone late in the game to save his day. Justin Jefferson has a really big day. He does throw a touchdown as well. The Commanders beat the Giants in one of the least surprising results that we were bound to see. I think Commanders were favored by 4 and they won by 5, but I don't know what the line was when we said it because I think we did the line on that one.
Which one?
Commanders, Giants.
Commanders, Giants. No,
Did we do the spread?
no, you had proposed, will the Giants score more than 20 points? And I said yes.
Ah, all right. Um, they do it without a big performance for Tyrone Tracy. He still is really efficient on the ground. But I think his usage has been a bit much, so they're kind of just mixing everybody in there. Malik Neighbors, nice day. A guy that was touted as like a sleeper, I think, last year. Theo Johnson
Hmm.
from Penn State. He had a touchdown in this one for the Giants. Um, Jaden Daniels really just did just enough to get the job done. Nobody really had that big of a day. Scary Terry had 2 touchdowns to save his day on 2 catches for 19 yards.
Sometimes
You
it's
can't
better to be
make,
lucky than good.
yeah. Tennessee beats New England in overtime. You love to see it. I don't even know who the quarterback for the Titans was in this one.
Mason
Turns
Rudolph.
out it was still Mason Rudolph. Tony Pollard, flu game. Like nobody thought that dude was starting, and he rushes for 128 yards on 28 carries. Like, how do you rush a dude who was injured 28 times? I don't know.
It's
Um,
just a rest week. Need to list
I
something.
I guess, man. Ramondre Stevenson with the 2 touchdowns, one through the air, one on the ground. Drake May, 2 interceptions. Didn't he look good last week? To this week, he did not.
Who's that?
Drake May.
Yeah, last week he got knocked out with a concussion. So he was back in the saddle this week. Um, but he looked okay.
Mecole Hardman with a nice first down reception. The Eagles take out the Jacksonville Jaguars, in which was a much closer game than predicted. And this game had the dude who I was talking about at the beginning of the show, who had just the most
Oh,
ridiculous day. On one
Saquon.
play, It's like the sickest run I've ever seen. Like I love running back highlights from back in the day. That one's gonna be shown forever.
You know, the sad thing is I haven't seen it yet.
You kidding?
I have not. I listened to Red Zone for the first hour, as I was driving. And I know
You
it
need to
happened
watch
like
the
right away.
Saquon run.
I'll pull it up right now.
All right. I'll go through the rest of the game. Saquon does have two touchdowns in this one. Devontae Smith had a really sick one-handed catch going out of bounds. He was the recipient of big days. AJ Brown goes out with injury in this one for the second time this season. You hate to see that. Um, Neither Jacksonville running back could do anything. The offense really couldn't do anything.
Hmm.
So based on the stat lines, this game was the Eagles just sleepwalking through it. I mean, besides Saquon, he didn't do any sleepwalking. Um, Baltimore Ravens put it down, busted down Tatiana on the Broncos. Bo Nix caught a touchdown in this one. It was a really cool play design.
Philly special.
Yeah, it was a Philly special. Javonte Williams is your leading running back this week. But nobody else besides Cortland Sutton and Bo Nix did anything. He has finally realized that Cortland Sutton is a good receiver and he should target him. Derrick Henry with another monster day finds the end zone two times, over 100 rushing yards. Derrick Henry is now sitting at 1,000 rushing yards through 9 games. Zay Flowers, I predicted that this was going to be the bad week on Saturday. I told Zach I'm sitting him. He's going to get shut down against the Broncos. Turns out he just had an absolute monster day, and he sat right on my bench in my work league.
Which one was that?
My work league, Zay Flowers, sat him on the
Yeah.
bench.
Yeah, a lot of people.
A
I
lot of people
sat
did.
I sat safe flyers in some high stakes leagues and what was the Saquon Barkley like the double spin moves like one way goes the other way then like hurdles a guy backwards?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's pretty sick.
it's insane.
Yeah.
Los Angeles Rams win it in overtime over the Seahawks. It was a Demarcus Robinson touchdown. I think it was actually a pretty cool play. I haven't seen it, but I've seen like a screenshot.
You getting tired,
Puka
buddy?
Nakua gets, yeah, I know Puka Nakua gets ejected from this one. I don't know what the story is on that. Cooper Kupp, 14 targets, 11 catches, 104 yards. Demarcus Robinson does find the end zone two times. Kyron, has he had a decent year or no?
Yeah, he's had a pretty decent year.
Oh,
He's
yeah,
had
602 rushing yards, eight touchdowns. That's a good year.
yeah, he's like yeah, he's really good.
Just a
I,
bad
I
game.
I bet he's top. He's probably one of the top running back scorers for the season.
In another case of this is just not my year, I trade Rashad White for Jalen Waddle, who scores less points than Christian Watson, and I had an offer on the table for JSN, who just goes the F off. Doesn't
Yeah,
matter. I still got the dub, so who cares? But
dubs. Eat those dubs.
Tyler Lockett also finds the end zone. And finally, that brings us to the box score from the Chiefs Buccaneers game. The Chiefs are in the red zone with 5 minutes and 30 seconds to go. Sorry, in second and goal with 5 minutes and 30 seconds to go. Kareem Hunt has a ton of carries in this game. Travis Kelce has 11 catches. DeAndre Hopkins, who just got traded for, got into the end zone in this one. So did Samaje Perine on a play that we thought Patrick Mahomes was injured with, and then he was just laughing and joking on the sideline, and he's just fine. Um, Cade Otton is now tight end number one, as we talked about. And not much else has gone on for the Bucks on offense tonight. It is raining like crazy in Kansas City.
I think it's yeah, that's crazy. I love how we were talking about all offseason, like for Derrick Henry to pay off this ADP, like for people where people are driving, he's gonna have to score 20 touchdowns. And he's got 13 touchdowns. He's the number one running back. Derrick Henry, 168 carries, 1,052 yards, 11 touchdowns, 9 catches, 93 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Dude's got 13 touchdowns in 9 weeks. Man. And then Alvin Kamara 2, Saquon Barkley 3, Bijan, Gibbs, Kyron, Brees Achane.
Touchdown, DeAndre Hopkins.
That's his second one.
Hmm.
Let's go to tight ends. Let's take a peek. I don't know if these points are included yet. Um, yeah, going into this week, Kate Otton's tight end 7, but he's going to be well ahead of that now. Maybe, maybe not. Maybe he's right there. But in the last couple weeks,
I like how there's a three-way tie for 10th at 77 points.
oh yeah, it's just Cole Kmet, Kincaid, and Mark Andrews. Yeah. Travis Kelsey is just one above them.
I can't believe Kincaid has more points than Pitts.
Yeah, I actually really like Hunter Henry. Like that's crazy. Hunter Henry's had some just okay. 3.8, 18, 3, 3, 5, 13, 17, 10, 12. And Tucker Craft, number 4 tight end.
Has the joke already? I'm guessing this joke has already been made, but Hunter Henry's picture on this looks like what the Patriot face would look like. Like
Yeah.
the symbol. That's what it
Hmm.
looks like if it was a person. I lied. Kyle Pitts is fifth
Yeah.
by name.
Surprisingly, I didn't think this Jamar Chase is the number 1 wide receiver. I did not expect to see that.
No,
170 points. But he's got 7 touchdowns, 70 catches.
I really
Interesting.
like how Chris Godwin is still number six, even though he's been out for 2 weeks.
Hmm. Yeah, that's crazy. Man,
All right. The matchups that mattered quickly.
um, yeah,
I find my
but
second win against the 7-1 Filthy Richardson, which I'm sure everyone is very excited about. I mean,
yes,
especially your brother, who just had another
win.
Children of the Gem City Gridiron.
Hmm.
For
Congrats,
my
brother.
second win of the season, I would like to thank Devon Ashan and Garrett Wilson, who scored
60 plus.
60 of my 119 points.
6,800. Oh man. Yeah,
Yes.
that knocks Gage off the pedestal down to 7-2 now. Which then gives Luke the number 1 seed still. He gets a win over Fuller. Luke goes to 8-1. Fuller goes to 1-8. Sorry. Um,
And he just lost AJ Brown.
and who just lost AJ Brown to Fuller?
Yep.
Yeah. Um, yeah, good for Luke. Um, yeah, not a good week for Gage. Gage lost to a 1-7 team in Dynasty this week too. So, um,
Sackett falls to 6-3 against Ethan. Big day from Joe Burrow, Saquon. It just was, and Gasecki. It was just too much.
yeah, too much
Um,
for him.
Baker is walking on the field right now with 4 minutes and 17 seconds to go win it. What
Looks like you're gonna win that bet right there.
was the bet?
Spread is it was Chiefs minus 7.5.
It's 7 right now.
It's 7. You're gonna win that.
All right. You want to go over your matchup?
Yep. I put in a nice day at the office. Jalen Hurts balling out. Get a couple points from Rashad White. Rico Dowdle, nice day. Been waiting for that. Cedric Tillman catches a nice touchdown late. Garbage time. Drake London, he's probably gonna be out next week possibly, but does catch the touchdown. I roll out the double tight end. Jake Ferguson, Kate Otten score me a combined 36 points. Cooper Cup does Cooper Cup things. 11 for 104. And the only blemish on the record is the Saints defense, really. Um, had so bit of a nice day. Played Blaster. I get to 6-3. Blaster drops to 4-5, and I can't wait because I am still hoping that Christian McCaffrey comes back next week, and I'll be sitting at 6-3 with hopefully McCaffrey coming back.
Dark Horse takes out Drew, who falls to 3-6, and Dark Horse moves up to 4-5. We already talked about Derrick Henry, the Zay Flowers performance, the Tyler Lockett performance, which is a sentence you haven't heard yet this year. And
Hmm.
DeAndre Hopkins scoring 2 touchdowns was what did it for him.
Yeah, he's wait, who's that Dark Horse? Yep, Hopkins. Yep, I see it. Yeah,
The other
they
half of the Brink Bros moves to 6-3, knocking Heath down to 2-7, who's now in a tie with me. Watch out. Uh, Travis Kelce, Jaden Reed, Darnell Mooney, and Justin Jefferson.
Bowler, you have been eliminated from the playoffs. 8 losses. You're out of here.
Oh yeah,
That's the magic number, 7-7.
it is possible to get at 6-8, but
Yeah, it is possible,
not
but
this
it's
year.
well, I mean, yeah, not with the 3 teams like with you 2-7, him one and with 2 teams of 2-7, and him at 1-8. He's got to jump. Like I could see it because there's a couple teams hovering that bottom, like Garrett and Drew. Um, Ethan's got a scary team, and he's just hovering right at 5-4.
Um, Fuller can probably be excited that I think I will still be the lowest scoring team, even though I'm not the last team in the standings.
That is true.
Because
That
Fuller
is true.
outscored me this week too and still lost.
Yeah, you don't score that many points.
Sackett and Blaster scored fewer points than me this week.
That's
Oh, and the guy I beat.
and the guy you beat. Yeah, come on. I'm trying to get the skin of the week, man. Come on, Garrett. I got about a 4 point cushion.
I started off the day thinking there was no way I would lose in Dynasty, and then I still did.
Oh, you did?
Yeah,
Oh, damn.
170, 152.
Who did he have?
Saquon, Jefferson, Garrett
Oh,
Wilson.
yesterday. I thought you meant today. Sorry. I did not hear you correctly. That's my bad. Um, yeah, I lose to Luke in Dynasty by 4.8 with Puka Nacua getting ejected and Sam Darnold having 3 turnovers.
You know what's funny is I still am
And
gonna
Zay
sit
Flowers on the
right in.
bench.
I'm still gonna sit right in fifth place
Yep.
after
I'll,
this week.
I will drop to 4. I'll be hovering.
I am 2 games back.
1 game.
I'm 4-5.
And I'll be 5-4. So you're 1 game back.
Okay, whatever. All right, what time is it? How fast can we rip a slate?
Man,
Let me get some water.
these bets have been killing me. But we do have to make up some ground on bets.
You can have the first crack at Thursday night.
All right. Thursday night we have Cincinnati at Baltimore. Um, let's see. Sleep doesn't give you the spreads. Hmm. Interesting.
I just use ESPN's front page.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go to another page. Um, but let's go. Cincinnati, Baltimore. Hmm. Under over Derrick Henry carries. Let's set it at 19 and a half carries.
Over.
Over. Okay, I'll take under. And we got a Germany game this week.
Nice. All right. Bryce Young over under 25 pass attempts.
Bryce Young over 25 pass attempts. Yes.
No.
All right. Bears. Patriots at the Bears. Chicago's 6.5 point favorite. Hmm, let's go. Who? I like this one this last time. Who has the first turnover? Which last time we did that bet, there was no turnovers in that game.
Oh, so it's a push.
It was a push. Patriots or Bears, first turnover.
The Bears will have the first turnover.
Okay, the Patriots. You're up.
Bills, Colts. Um, More passing attempts combined between the two teams or rushing attempts between the two teams?
Passing attempts.
All right, I'll take rushing. That includes quarterbacks, just so you know.
Yeah, Russia. Yeah.
Rush attempts. Yep.
Yep. Mhm. Um, Chiefs are a 8.5 point favorite at home against the Broncos. Will let's go more or less 1.5 rush touchdowns for the game.
More.
Okay, I'll go less.
We're talking Falcons Saints.
No, Chiefs Broncos.
Oh shit. Um. Oh.
One and a half
Uh.
rushing touchdowns.
Oh. I think no for that game, but I don't have to change it if I
That's
don't know,
fine.
man.
I'll go higher. That's fine.
All
Pay
right.
attention. You're up.
All right. Falcons Saints. Will Tyler Algier score a rushing touchdown?
No.
Yes. And I'm also going to bet that on DraftKings, anytime touchdown scorer when it releases because it's not up yet.
49ers, Buccaneers. Will, let's see here. I don't know what it's probably pretty even based on the way that they've been playing. More catches, George Kittle or Kate Otten.
K. Dotton.
Okay, I'll go Kittle. More catches, yeah, that's pretty easy. Not bad. Good win.
All right. Steelers, Commanders. Um, over under set at 45 and a half.
45 and a half. I'm gonna go over.
Okay, give me under.
Vikings at Jacksonville -4.5 for Minnesota. Man, this. Let's see here. Hmm, that's a toughie. How about we do a Travis Etienne line because it's so bad. Um, under over 37.5 rushing yards.
For ETN,
Etienne.
under.
Okay, I'll take over for 37.5.
Titans, Chargers, over under 1.5 wide receiver reception touchdowns.
By the way, if you wanted, you can go fly out to LA. The ticket's as low as $16 to go watch this terrible game. What was the bet? Sorry.
All right. Over. Why are the tickets so cheap? Because it's the Chargers?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. I feel like the Rams tickets are way more expensive when they're at home. Over under 1.5 wide receiver receiving touchdowns in the game.
Over.
Under.
Cowboys at home are 7.5 point dogs against the Eagles. Um, Man, I don't even know what to bet on this.
Give me the
Um,
Eagles.
I didn't say a line. I
Yeah,
just
you did. You said 7.5.
I said that's the line. I didn't.
Oh,
Every time I talk about a game, I say the spread.
I know. I just didn't want you to jump over me. So,
Oh yeah, I would take the
anyway,
Eagles too. All right, how about this? How about no, we could do an alternate line and balloon that and see
ugh,
what your
a ballooned alternate line. Yuck.
how high would you lay the points for the Eagles?
Yeah,
10.5.
give me the over.
So okay, you'll take Philly -10.5.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll take Cowboys +10.5. Okay.
Jets, Cardinals. Will Aaron Rodgers throw an interception?
No.
Yes.
Lions at Texans. Let's go under over 6.5 total touchdowns.
Under.
Okay, I'll go over. So I'll take
Because the
seven
Texans
touchdowns.
offense has been struggling.
Yeah, they're still 4-0 at home. So and the
Are we
last
making
game's
that
versus
6.5 or six straight up? So six
I
is
said 6.5.
okay,
So
cool.
6 you win, 7 I win.
All right, you ready?
Yep.
Dolphins, Rams. More total special teams return yards.
I feel like you got a sly answer on this one. I feel like you're looking at special team yardage right now. Um, I will go special team yardage. I'll go the Rams.
Dang it, that's what I wanted. Give me the Dolphins.
All right. Going back and to listen to all these is just I have to go back and like write them down and then I have to go find all the scores. And it's just a lot
Yep,
more to do.
yep. But we're really behind, so we got to rip those slates.
Yep. So currently the
There was a one liner I said at the very beginning of this that was the I was saying was the like the punchline for this episode.
let's rip a slate.
And I've no, we've done that a lot, but
Oh,
that's just a segment now. Oh, 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 oh. Oh my gosh, he's down at the 1 yard line.
who?
Trey Palmer. Um, the Bucks just called a timeout 30 seconds to go, first and goal from the 1 yard line.
Wow.
Um, I think I said the punchline was two griddles. They're better
Two
than
gr
one
two
or
griddles are better
something.
than one. Um,
I said something like that. I don't
the
know.
the bet tracker right now, um, with I'm already factored in the I think you will the Bucks are gonna cover this, so that's that. So that puts me at 18 and you're at 16 for the season. 18 to 16.
It's a lot closer than I would think it would be with ripping a slate. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
our
Doing that many
first
bets.
our first rip of slate was 7 to 7 with
Baker,
two
Otton,
pushes.
incomplete. Seven to
But
seven with two pushes was the first one.
yeah, so 7 and 7 and two got thrown out.
And then we had two pushes this week.
And we had one push this week.
And you won by two this week.
I won by two this week, 8 to 6.
All right. I gotta switch some laundry around and go to sleep. This has been an episode.